You make me nervous every time you drive. See what I mean? You said I should wear primer? Is my face that red?
Yeah,
My face isn't that red.
Yes.
Is that like man makeup? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So my dad is sick because he's an idiot. That's not why he's sick. He's just sick because he's sick. So we're going to go get him a get well package because he loves
goodies.
Yes, because he loves food. Well, we all love
Ice
food.
cream.
Yes.
He loves ice cream.
He said he already had chocolate chip cookies, but we're going to go get him some goodies to make him feel better. Old green walls. Alright, we got the goods. Get his card. We're going to need to sign that. The greatest ice cream in the world is Bluebell. There's nothing better.
For your mom.
But these are for my mom. Hopefully my dad didn't eat them. Bam! Dr. Pepper. Scratch this out. When we heard you were all sick, we all had the same thought. And then the card said, is it contagious? But I scratched that out and I was wondering if he was a zombie yet. And then we're waiting from us. And then the M&Ms are for Mom, not you, Dad. Let's see if she answers. Dan!
What?
Are you home?
Yeah.
We're about to drop off a present for the sick man.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay, we're gonna leave it on the doorstep and run away.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Some of that is for you, so don't let him eat it all. Alright, so back, got some goodies delivered to my dad who's sick. Hope he gets feeling better. So what I wanted to do today is just real quickly show you kind of how my editing workflow, or basically just a quick, easy way to edit photos in Lightroom, or the process that I use or that I take whenever I go to editing them. So here's a picture that I took from our trip to Panama City. It's not perfectly straight. You can see I kind of caught it at an angle. The walkways are kind of slanted down going to the right, the bottom right. So I wasn't totally centered up. So we're going to need to do some cropping, and then some other color editing and stuff like that. So here's what I like to do. So first off, we get into the picture, right? The first thing I like to do, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong way, there's a million ways to edit pictures. I like to throw a preset on there because it gives me a great starting point for the direction I want to go into for this picture. Now, keep in mind, this is for like just quick editing a bunch of shots I've just gotten from street photography. If I have like one specific picture that I'm working on, or if it's for like a client or something, I will most often start from scratch and spend way more time on it than this. This is strictly for typically the street shoots that I do, or quick editing, or editing that you want to do for a bunch of different pictures. So totally different process. This is just a quick editing flow that I do. First thing I do is I look for a preset, kind of give me an idea of a good starting point. I don't know if I want to go matte with it, or I kind of like the red lift matte starting point. So I think we're going to start with that and then just see what that does. So that's really what I'll do first, is I'll pick a preset, throw that on there, and it gives me a good starting point. And then I'm very methodical. I like to just start at the top and work my way down. Just a little OCD like that. So let's get the exposure. It looks pretty well exposed already. We don't want to make it too bright. Honestly, it's pretty spot on where it's at. We won't really adjust it. The exposure looks good. Contrast, we don't want to go too contrasty, whatever it's called. Highlights, so that preset already brightened it up quite a bit, so I like where the highlights are. We can probably come down a little on the shadows, give it a little more contrast in there. That looks good though. We'll leave that there. And then the blacks, it lowered the blacks, which I think it did a pretty good job too. So it's kind of giving us our starting point of just fine-tuning the image. Temperature, let's see. Really, this picture could go either way. Kind of want to go a little middle of the road here. Maybe right. That's a little too, so if I got too much blue, it's kind of just a little stale looking to me, so I want to have a little bit of warmth in it. Not too much, that looks pretty good. But if I oversaturate, then it gets a little too yellowish looking, so I don't really want to saturate it too much. And then once we go from there, then we'll go down to this little color mixer thing right here. So typically what I like to do is start with the majority of the color first. So the majority of the color here is kind of yellowish brownish looking, so we'll kind of start there. I'll get on the yellow here, and you can see if we saturate it up, it gives a lot of that color into the building. If we take it down, it makes it that dull look. I kind of am wanting to go for, I don't want to brighten up that building too much because I think it just looks kind of cheesy. If we take it way down like this, it honestly looks pretty cool. After that, I typically don't mess with the rest of this stuff too much. This is just kind of a quick edit. Maybe warm it up just a little. That's way too much. Okay. So that's looking about where I want it for this picture. So once I've gotten those, you know, the color of it all pretty much settled and kind of how I want it to look, now I've got to get it even and looking, you know, kind of symmetrical. Now with this one, with a picture like this that has a lot of lines, you can kind of look at, you know, these walkways and kind of use it to really measure up and straighten it up. Okay, I think that's it right there. Boom. First thing I did was straighten it up. Now I want to kind of crop it in. I want to get kind of some of these outer walls out of it. So bring it in just a little bit, kind of on both sides. And there we go. There it is. Export it out of there. I don't really even like this picture that much. And that's pretty much it. That's just a quick edit for a street shot I got. And, you know, typically I would, you know, I may throw this one up on Instagram or something. That's really it.